Hi guys, my name is Mayana and today I'm going to be doing a rant review for Caraval. So I bulk filmed a bunch of videos, not even a bunch of videos, I just have a bunch of videos planned for this month, a bunch of vlogs, a bunch of sit down videos, well not a bunch, a few. And so I don't know if this video is going up. No, this video is going up after my wrap up, but I just don't know when this video is going up. So if you're watching this and you're probably like, Mayana, like, I thought you didn't read YA. Like, why did you read this book? You didn't read, you know you don't like YA. One, I still read YA because I know that I don't think that all YAs are like terrible and I'm gonna hate them all. I go into YAs thinking I'm gonna love it and I'm gonna find like my love for YA again. So I still read YA just because like I know I'm gonna find my love for YA again, and like I know that like I'm gonna find those gems, so I go looking for those. And so I had already liked Caraval. I read Caraval before. I read it like 2 years ago and I loved it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. So I was like, okay, like let's read an old YA book, because in my mind old YA books are just astonishing and they're perfect and they have no flaws. So I said, let's read an old YA book, like, so you can finish the series, because I wanted to read Legendary and Finale, and Elliot Brooks was talking about Caraval in one of her videos and she had this really pretty copy, and I found the copy on Amazon, but I didn't feel comfortable buying this copy and I haven't finished the series. Thank God I reread this book, because that would have been very embarrassing for me. And around this time around, I absolutely hated it. If you want to see my review for it on Goodreads, it's a lot more brutal, simply because I am a very angry person to wake up. You know, some people wake up morning people, some people wake up it's a new day. I wake up a monster. I wake up absolutely angry for no reason whatsoever. I think it's because I love sleeping and dreaming so much that when I'm put back into the 3D, this world, I'm just like, absolutely not, and I'm just angry and filled with anger. So I finished this book when I woke up and I was just anger inside of me. So the review is very angry, but I love doing rant reviews. I think they're very fun. Like, there's no harm to the author. If you like this book, that's good for you. Like, there's no, like, you know, the book just wasn't for me, and I want to give people a good laugh out of it and tell people why the book wasn't for me. Like, I love rant reviews, and I wish rant reviews would come back, because they're not as popular as like they used to be. And like, I don't know, I kind of want to start doing rant reviews again. I do them like every year for some reason, and I kind of want to just get back to doing rant reviews because I loved doing them and they always do pretty good anyways. So Caraval is like a pretty old book. So if you don't know what Caraval is about, Caraval is about this girl named Scarlett and this guy named Julian, and she's looking for her sister Tella. Tella has been invited to Caraval, like the best carnival in the world, and so she goes there to find her sister, and it turns out it is a game to see who can find her sister first. And she's like, bitch, it's my sister. So that's what it is. They spend 5 days trying to find her sister, whatever. So when I first read this book 2 years ago, I really liked it. I can't remember what I liked about it. I didn't write a review. That's one thing I hate about my old me, is that I didn't write reviews. Like, I write a review for every book I read, no matter if it's a sentence, 3 paragraphs, whatever. So now when I go back and read my old views, I'm like, bitch, what did you like or what did you not like? Why are you just rating these books and not reviewing them? I gave the book 2 out of 5 stars this time around. The first time I gave it 4 out of 5. I remember, like, I was listening to the audiobook and that might play into it. I'm sorry to the audio lady. I don't know who she is, but she sucks. Oh my gosh, the voices that she did, the accents were absolutely terrible. The voices that she did were absolutely terrible. And I hate when in books, like in audiobooks, the woman narrator and the woman has to read for the man, and like she has to put on this like deep voice, or like when there's a man narrator and he has to read for the woman character, he has to put on like a high-pitched voice. I hate it. I know everybody can't hire a full-blown cast. I know you can't hire a man just to say one sentence, but I still hate it. I still hate it. I'm sorry. You like what you like and you don't like what you don't like, and I don't like that. I say this many times, I am a plot and character person. And so usually if you have a plot, you got me. There's been maybe 2-3 books where like I read a book with the plot and it was bored as hell, and this is one of them. I don't know how you can have a whole plot going on, a whole interesting plot going on, and I was suffering through the audiobooks. Like, I was absolutely suffering. I was so uninterested in the book and its characters. I can't remember what I liked about it the first time around, because like I didn't have a favorite character. I think I just liked it because I'm like, fun, cute read, yeah, it was good. But like this time around, I'm like, And every now and then there's a book that slipped through the cracks where it's like I didn't hate it, so like I'll give it 4 stars. My rating system now is like completely different. I was so nice to books back then. I am not now. I'm sorry. I would rather have a low Goodreads rating than to just rate books like based off of like how I felt when I finished it. And like that's why a lot of times on Goodreads you'll see me go back and re-rate books, because I'm like, that's not really how I felt about it. That's like me being like, this book was amazing and giving it 3 stars. Like I changed my mind. I sit back and I had time to reflect. So whatever. I'm very particular. I'm a critical reader. I like to keep it that way. I'm a critical reader who likes to have fun. That's how I'll say. Scarlett is the literal worst main character I've ever read. She's fucking boring. I don't know what it is about YA characters. Like, they don't give their characters any personality. Like, literally, she has no personality in this book. Besides the fact that, like, she has to, her father's marrying her off and she has to, like, stay pure to, like, marry him or whatever. Okay, it was never stated that she had to stay pure, but those were the vibes that I was getting, okay? And it's like, I have to, like, marry this man. And, like, her and Julian had to, like, be, like, a fake couple, which love the plot, right? I love fake dating, fake fiancés, marriage of convenience tropes. This book did not give. Like, how do you have a whole fake dating, a universally loved trope, and I still managed to not give a fuck about the couple? Like, I did not care about Julian and Scarlett together whatsoever. I thought they were very boring. I was actually hoping that I got this wrong and like Dante was her love interest, because he was so interesting. Oh my gosh, Dante was like the star of the show and he had like 3 lines. But anyways, back to my gripes with Scarlett. Scarlett was stupid and annoying. Like, let's pick one. Please, let's pick one. How are you both? Pick one. Stop being selfish. Like, the thing that irritated me the most was Julian would be like, you can't, like, don't trust this person. Don't tell people why you're here. Like, don't tell people this, don't do that. And she would still do it anyways. Like, and then what made me even more upset was that she would be like, I know Julian told me that I shouldn't tell people, but I'm just gonna tell this person anyways. Are you dumb? Are you really dumb? Like, yes, she is dumb. It's just like, I get it, like, you know, she doesn't really know Julian all too well, like this guy, but it's like, I don't know, like in the book, so they're looking for Tella, and she finds out somewhere along the book that people, like, this is a game for everyone, like, not just her. Like, everyone is looking for Tella. People are using her to find her sister, and she's also trying to find her sister. So after you realize that, you would think she would stop telling people why she's there. She does not. She does not. She keeps telling people, and like, she just keeps doing stupid stuff, and I'm like, why? Why do I have to sit here like and read? And it's just obvious that she's doing this stuff to like keep the narration going. And back to the narrator, the woman who narrated Julian just sucked. Like, I hated his accent, and like, I couldn't tell if he was like Spanish or not, because that's the accent she was giving off, but it was just like, it made me very uncomfortable. Like, the world building and the character development was just ass. First of all, Scarlett doesn't have any character development. Let's just start that. Now, I will say that on the character development and the world building, I will be a little bit kinder on that, because this is a first book in a series. I don't know if I should make myself suffer and read the second book just to find out. Maybe I might like the second book. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Kind of read it. Do I hate myself that much? I think I do. I think that I do. I think that I do. Damn, I kind of do want to read Legendary. The covers are so pretty. And it's like, I do think that Legend is very interesting. And I think that Tella is also interesting. Anyways, yeah, so the characters in the world building the character development and world building weren't that great. Yeah, like, the development for Scarlett was non-existent, and then the world building, like, I just didn't understand. I didn't understand the world. Like, I got that caraval was so important, but like, why? Why do y'all care so much? Why did Scarlett have to get married off? Like, I don't know, like, it just, like, it explains things just enough to where people don't question it, but then once you kind of finish the book, you're like, what did I just read? Like, what was that? And also, I don't know why it was even considered fantasy, because if there wasn't any world building or anything like that, then it could have just been like a magical realism book. It could have just been like The Night Circus, which this book was so desperately trying to copy anyways. You could never be The Night Circus. I'm sorry. But it's just like, it was so desperately trying to copy The Night Circus, and then why not just make it a magical realism book? Like, why not make it contemporary, but yeah, contemporary but magical realism? Why did it have to be a fantasy? Like, there was really nothing fantasy about the book. Like, the world building wasn't there. Explain to me what was fantasy about it. Nothing. I wrote this in my review. I wrote that you would have to put a gun in my head to convince me that Scarlett and Tella liked each other, and even then I would beg you to shoot me because this book was just that boring that I would rather, you know. And I just, yeah, like, in the book, like, Scarlett would be like, oh my gosh, like, Tella's my sister, she's my bestie, I love her, that's my girl, like, we're sisters from the same womb, whatever. And then in her mind, she would be basically victim blaming. Like, it wasn't victim blaming, because I feel like I'm probably reaching with that, but like, it felt like it, because in her mind, she, like, it felt like she thought of Tella as like such a bad, like a bad girl, like, you know, like a bad girl. And like, it felt like to me that Scarlett thought the reason why Tella got abused so much is because she was a bad girl, and that if she would just compromise and do what their dad said, she wouldn't get beat so much. And it's like, an abuser is an abuser no matter what you do. Like, they're gonna look for a reason to abuse you because they're abusers, you know. And like, it just felt like the way that she thought about Tella didn't match what she was telling people. And like, I felt like the author was only writing this motivation to find Tella as just a plot line, and like, she didn't take time developing their relationship. Because I mean, you start off the book with not even really knowing Tella. You don't get her POV. You don't, all you know about Tella was from Scarlett's lenses. So it's like, you basically only know what Scarlett thinks first. So you probably think of her as like this promiscuous badass girl, and then you meet her and you're just like, oh, you know. And it's like, Scarlett's telling all these people like, oh, like, you know, my sister, I love her, like, we gotta find my sister, we gotta find my sister, gotta find my sister. And then it's like, in her mind, she's like, this dumb bitch then got us into this shit, or like, this dumb bitch, or like, if she wasn't like this, then we wouldn't be in this predicament. Like, you know, like, it just seemed like it was one more thought away from victim blaming. I don't know, like I said, she would be like, I love my sister, but then in her mind she'd probably be like, I hate this bitch. Like, basically, she should have just said that. She should have just said it, and it should have just been written in the book. And back to the love part, I just thought that like the romance was just meh. Like, it was very insta lovey, and like, I think that like Legendary and Tella are like very intriguing. Like, everybody loves like a villain. Like, it's definitely giving the Darkling and Elena. Like, everybody loves like a villain and the main character, like, duh. And then like Julian and Scarlett were just, man, like, he was supposed to be like this like mystery, like, hot guy who like is fun and like whatever. I didn't care about him. I didn't care about their romance. Like, it was like, one day that she was just like, ugh, this guy. First of all, they had to share a room together. She went to go sleep in Dante's room because she didn't want to be near him, and then the next day she was falling at her feet for him. Like, she's literally falling head over heels for him, but you just didn't want to sleep in the same bed as him like 2 minutes ago. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I just feel like a lot of things in this book was underdeveloped. Now, I will say it is the first book to a trilogy, so it could get better. And we could just talk about like when the book was written, like, you know, it definitely could get better. I really want to read the second book now. Like, do I hate myself? I really want to read the second book because I feel like I can see the potential. I can see the potential of the second book. It's like, but also I feel like I'm giving this author too much credit, and like, I feel like I'm gonna read it and then I'm gonna be like, I just wasted my time even more, you know. So I guess comment if you think I should read the second book. If you like this series, like what you think. This will not change my opinion on Scarlett. I still think she's a dumb bitch. I think she's an annoying bitch, and I think that she's the worst main character I've probably ever read. The worst main character. I think that, and now that I think about it, I don't know, like, was that the author's intentions? Because if she was, she's a genius. So it's just like, I kind of don't trust the author, because I think that Scarlett was like the worst main character ever. She was boring. Her motives were meh. Like, she really only needed to find her sister because she felt like she needed to find her sister. Like, she wasn't trying to find her sister because she was trying to find her sister. She was trying to find her sister because she felt like she had to. Yeah. And let's just talk about the fact that they fell in love in like 4 days. Bye. I cannot do instant love. You have to be an amazing author to write insta love. You are no Nicola Yoon, okay? This is not The Sun Is Also a Star. Only you are not Elizabeth, I'm gonna say Acevedo. You are not Margaret Rogerson. This is not An Enchantment of Ravens. Only really good authors can write insta love and get away with it. And I'm sorry, but the author of Caraval is not one of those people. She's not one of those people. But yeah, I just think that the characters were not written very well, and neither was the world, and it should have been. I can't really judge too hard because this is a first book in a series, and so I could see the potential of the next book. And also, I'm very interested in Once in a Heartbreak, like Once Upon a Heartbreak, whatever. It's a really pretty cover. I'm very interested. Damn, I should have just read the rest of the books. Because I was going to read the rest of the books when I read Caraval, but then I was like, nah, this book sucked. I'm not going to do that. But now I'm kind of just like, I kind of want to. Do I hate myself? I love how, like, you came for like a rant review and you're leaving with an existential crisis. So I don't have time to read this. Like, my TBR is 30 books and I'm sticking to my TBR. So I don't have time for Legendary. I'll make time for it. Like, you know, if you guys really think, like, if you've read this series and you think that the series gets better, let me know. Let me know. And then let me know if reading it will be a waste of time. Please let me know. Let me know. I mean, even if I read the book and the second book and I like it, the rant review for the first book still stands though. Like, it was very much not good. It very much was not giving. So yes, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my channel membership, and I'll see you guys in my next video.